This segment is being brought to you by Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency. Join us in preserving and protecting Tennessee's wildlife.
All right, welcome back, everyone. You can call us here at 737-7767 for all your hunting and fishing and sports-related phone calls. We'll take them. We'll take those questions right here. But first, I want to ask Chris, again, Chris, the heat is what actually breaks a battery down. The cold, what is it, just amplifies it even more?
Well, a battery performs worse. The colder it gets, the less cranking amps available to the battery.
Right.
So after it's been hot all summer, a lot of times a battery isn't putting out the cranking amps it should in the first place. And then when you get a cold spell, all of a sudden your car won't start or your boat won't crank up or whatnot. So that's when you really notice the damage that's been done.
What can we do, though? I mean, how's the average battery user know that he's got problems coming around the horizon here?
Well, the first thing you can do is get your battery tested by either a technician or swing by the warehouse and we'll check it out for you.
Yeah, y'all check them for...
Yeah, absolutely. We found that almost 25% of the vehicles on the road are running around on a weak battery. And it may not be a bad battery, but what happens in today's world with all the plug-ins we have, we got DVDs plugged in, we got our GPS, and we've run into
charging phones, 2 and 3 phones at a time.
Sure, and we've run into this problem on boats too because you got on your cranking battery, you got your GPS plugged in, your live wells, and all these things.
4 depth finders.
Right, and it's no different, you know. So, you need to get it checked out and see where the state of charge is on the battery, and then there's a bunch of things you can do to help that situation out and combat the heat even by keeping your battery charged up to a full state of charge.
Trickle chargers is what you and I have talked about. That has to be one of the best products that you use. I mean, if you've got a boat, and specifically boats, if you got a boat with trolling motor system, you got a trickle charger system on board, whether it be a dual battery, a triple battery, whatever. It's good to keep those plugged in all the time and keep that thing charged. Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, we sell, spring is our busiest time of year, and we really appreciate everyone's business, but there's a lot of those battery failures that can be avoided by taking care of your batteries now. And the main thing is keeping those things charged up, making sure they're charged up before you store them, and keeping them charged up through the season. Deltran makes a great battery tender. We sell a ton of these things, and they make a smaller version too that you can use for motorcycles and whatnot.
Also, all types of Q-beam batteries and feeder batteries.
Right.
Those big Moultrie feeders and things, they charge those.
Yeah, and we found that you'll increase the life dramatically of your battery if you leave it hooked up to a tender. One of the most common misconceptions I get is people think they shouldn't charge their batteries a lot because it hurts the battery to charge it. And the exact opposite is true. They should be charging it as much as possible. And
That's right.
I call it opportunity charging. Every time you get an opportunity, it's a great time to charge it.
All right, we got some callers. Let's see. Line 1 is Glenn. Glenn, how can we help you tonight?
Yes, I've been watching the Channel 5 News for a long time, and I'm just wondering, Hope was talking about Muhammad Ali. What about Cassius Clay? Is that not the same name?
That's him.
Yes, sir, that is. He changed his name.
And he changed his name.
Changed his name
a couple of years before that. Africa.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. He was a conscientious objector from Vietnam.
Right.
And why they let him go ahead and fight, and us, rest of us, have to go over and fight their war for him? That's what I want to know.
Well, I'm not going to sit up here and try to answer that for you because Ali is on record, public record, as saying that he was a conscientious objector and basically didn't believe in taking another man's life, and so that was his stance. There've been a lot of conscientious objectors over the years that never went in and fought, and they were allowed for their religious beliefs. So, it is what it is. He overcame it. He's done a lot of good. No, he didn't go and pick up a rifle and go in the jungles and fight. But I promise you this: with what he's done through his kindness and his giving, has done a lot for an awful lot of people in this world. There's no question about that.
Yeah. Well, thank you for that. And we got Jim, how can we help you tonight?
Yeah, Hugh. I've got a 10-year-old grandson. He wants a fishing rod and reel for Christmas. And I was just kind of wanting maybe your recommendation for a combo. He's done some brim fishing. I plan to carry him out on a boat this spring to do some crappie, brim, catfish, maybe some bass fishing later on. But I just, do you have any particular recommendation of maybe how to start this young kid off?
I like to start younger ones off with like Zebco 33 reels. I don't like the 202 because the first catfish you get over 5 pounds is going to strip every gear in it, really. But a Zebco 33 with a nice combo rod that comes with it would be a great beginners. I like to see my grandson.
Excuse me, I had thought that way. I guess I've read some things. Maybe they don't make those reels as well as they used to. Are they still good reels, those 33s?
Yes, sir. As far as I know, I bought my grandson one 2-3 years ago. Then he has since moved up. He's into a Shakespeare. It's a bait caster. It's an anti-backlash. You can flip a little switch on this Shakespeare, and it will not backlash. I don't care what you do to it. It will not backlash. And I'm trying to get him to where he can be a tournament bass fisherman too, using bait caster and stuff like that. Now, I did get him an all-pro rod. I want him to start off with good quality stuff. Yeah. But those are my recommendations. And the 33 did work for him, and that was, like I said, a couple of years ago. But Shakespeare makes some good ones. Johnson reels are still keep going right on down the road. And so you can try those out. Daiwa. I even like the spin cast for youngsters, but also you got a lot of line twist, and that's what hurts kids with that spin cast is the line twist, and I think that it just drives you crazy trying to get all those little knots out of there, and that's why I say a closed face reel to begin with, and then work my way up.
Okay, combo that with maybe a 6-foot length rod. Is that
that's a little too long?
Longer than that.
That's a little too long for a youngster. Usually 10 years old, 5'6", a 5'6" or a 5'4" rod is a great rod. It gives them versatility to get up under there and teach them how to throw. Start off. I tell everybody, practice doesn't make perfect. Perfect practice makes perfect. You can practice bad habits, and it's hard to break somebody of bad habits. Right. But if you practice them, teach them how to underhand throw, or how to overhand throw, or how to side cast. Because you know as well as I do, there's all kinds of situations where you have to use those different ways of casting, and so don't keep that child from learning how to do it also.
Right.
And I still say a 5'6" is probably as long as I want to get something for a 10-year-old, then work their way up. I'm not talking about distance.
Medium light or medium action?
Medium. I don't go with medium lights. Medium light, I can throw the same bait with a medium. I just got to back off a little bit and I can throw it, but I like a medium.
Right. Okay, Hugh, listen, thank you very much. I don't take too much of your time. I appreciate it, all right?
Appreciate you.
Thank.
And we got LB. LB, how can we help you?
Well, I've got a couple of questions about batteries since you got some battery experts on there.
All right.
I know that they said you want to charge a battery as frequently as you can.
Right.
And I do that on a regular basis, especially on the trolling motor batteries, and I use a onboard charger. Mm-hmm. But do those batteries have memory, and should I fish, 3 weekends in a row and let the batteries get low and then charge them, or should I charge them every time I come back in, whether I fish all day or an hour?
That's a great question, and a lot of people think that batteries, especially trolling motor batteries, are like a NiCad where they have a memory, but they actually don't. It's great to exercise the deep cycle battery and use it. They're designed to be used, but they don't like to be drawn down below a 50% depth of discharge. So what that means is when you're getting into the 11.5, 11.6 range, that battery is really fully discharged. Mm-hmm. And if you continually drain it down to the point where it's not working anymore, you're going to run into problems and shorten the life of the battery. So I recommend that you charge them up to full every time, and you'll have longer life out of your batteries.
Yeah.
One more question.
All right.
I've got the batteries fully charged. Do I need to leave the charger on, or once they get fully charged, take it off?
Well, it depends on what you're going to do with that. If you're going to be going out in the next week or two, you shouldn't have to worry about it. A battery will hold its charge if it's properly charged for, up to 3 months, unless it's really hot temperatures. If it's going to be put in storage and you're going to leave it for the winter, then you want to put a battery tender on it to keep that charge consistent throughout a longer period of time.
So in essence, you're saying I should take the charger off once they're fully charged. Don't leave the charger on once they're fully charged.
Yes, especially if you don't have a float cycle on that charger where you don't want to continue. Yeah, you don't want to continually boil the battery out.
And your charger, onboard charger, should have that.
Right.
Okay. And hope
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I had a question for people who drive every day and their battery gets in trouble. My question is, what are the do's and don'ts with battery jumper cables?
Well,
because,
I'll tell you what, hold on just a second. We're going to have to answer that as soon as we get out from a break. But I'll tell you what, that is a great question. And there's a lot of people that don't know the answer to that one. So we're going to help them out. Chris is going to help them out. But first, we got to do our tip of the week.
This week's tip of the week is being brought to you by Interstate Batteries of Music City, located at 3729 Highway 109 North in Lebanon, Tennessee, home of your alternative power source.
All right, welcome back. And this week's tip of the week was inspired by Hope. Hope said, worst thing he ever had get cold was his feet. How can we help him not get cold feet anymore? Well, here's a great one for you, Hope. Antiperspirant. That's what I said.
Okay.
If you'll take, when you get out of the shower in the morning, before you put your socks on, Hope, go ahead and just put some I know it sounds gross, but you can use the aerosol or whatever, but put some antiperspirant on your feet. The reason you're getting cold feet is because they're sweating. And and your sock is wicking up that moisture, and the sock is what's actually getting cold, which is right next to your feet, which makes your feet cold. But if you'll take and put some antiperspirant on there, it's less likely to perspire.
On your bare feet?
On your bare feet.
Okay.
Before you put your socks on, okay?
I will never have cold feet again.
I'm not going to say that now.
Never,
you might,
never.
I know you, Hope. You might get cold feet. Hey, we got to take a break. When we come back, boy, has Joy done it again. She's trying to get you in the Christmas spirit before Christmas is here. Imagine that. So hurry back to more of Southern Woods and Water.
This segment is being brought to you by Advanced Chiropractic, where we help America feel great, one spine at a time.
This week's recipe of the week is being brought to you by Broker Headquarters Group. Let our team in Camo help you with all of your real estate needs.
All right, I told you, Joy's already getting you in the holiday spirit, and Christmas is right around the corner. What better idea than to use something with peppermint and gives you that freshness, minty freshness in your breath, like Shrek said, the donkey said. So Joy, help us out here. Get us out of that Shrek mood.
Get you out of it. Somebody needs to. Really, tonight we did do something that is for the Christmas. We're going to have this at our Christmas party tomorrow that's being taped for our Christmas show, and I thought I would bring them. And these are sugar cookies, and they have white chocolate on the top. And then I got the Andre mints that you can get for Christmas, during the Christmas time. And it's in a bag, so they're already crumbled up. And I mixed some with the white chocolate, which made the pinky looking color. And then before it hardened, I just sprinkled some of the other on the top. You know, you can buy the sugar cookie mix much easier than making them from scratch, and really they taste the same. So that's what I do. I just buy the mix or the bar and just do it like that. So be sure and watch our show. I think Hope and Hugh have a bunch to tell you too, and share. We were talking to Chris earlier with Interstate Batteries, and I just love them. They're so nice over there. Every time I go, I just love Interstate Batteries.
Oh,
so
yeah.
we're
Nice people.
Glad to have them as a sponsor.
Well, thank you, Joy, for this recipe. You can get this recipe along with many, many others on our website at southernwoodsandwaters.com. Click on recipes, and Joy will have it up there shortly if she hadn't already got it on there. It's on there already, she just said. So she's ahead of the game. So go check us out. That'll be greatly appreciated. And you know, Hope did show up to the house a day early.
You got to tell that again?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's leading up to what I got to go to in the next. But you know, there's always a reason for doing things, and then we're one of those kind of people and families that likes to take advantage of a good situation. So Hope and Joy and a few others and myself we're gonna make an announcement. We're gonna go ahead and start it tonight. Since Hope's on the show, we are in the process of starting a new type of show, type of organization. We're going to get on TV, but we're going to come out with a way to help families stay in the outdoors. Hunting, fishing, archery, shooting sports, kayaking, anything has walking trails, hiking, exactly, all that stuff. But we are geared around kids, and like
technology,
you said, you know,
sitting there doing this all day long and not getting outside.
But you said don't just go after kids, because there's a lot of adults and seniors that need to know some of this. Yeah. And how many retired people do we have out there that, oh my gosh, they're an untapped resource. They have all this knowledge and all this experience and all this wisdom, and yet we don't use them. They
kind of sit in front of the TV or don't do
much. And that's it.
But they just need somebody to ask them.
That's right.
And when you ask them, at least I found, they're more than willing
to help.
To say, hey, what can I do, and how can I help, and what can I give?
Well, that's what we wanted to pull together. Yeah. Along with Joe and a few others, we want to make this happen, and we're in the process of it. But we want those senior citizens that think they're put away by the wayside because nobody ever wants to hear from them. That's not true. No. Because they have a wealth of knowledge and experience that we could use. Yep, exactly. And in today's day and time, when we got people that don't know the difference between a white oak or a red oak, or a cypress from a cedar tree, we need their help.
And it's an opportunity. I think we talked about this today, but it's an opportunity, Chris, to get mothers and fathers, and if you're a single parent, that's okay, single parents and their children together, so that you begin to bond in some way outside of just the technology that kids are doing all day long.
That's it.
Not getting outside, but there needs to be an urgency about this, because in America, you know, you got Boy Scouts and you got Girl Scouts and you got church organizations.
But they're all separate.
Exactly. But you need something where families get together and physically exert themselves. It doesn't have to be, you don't have to sweat, but you just need to get out and enjoy the outdoors.
Pull a 2-pound crappie out of the water.
Exactly. or if you're not even in the hunting, you just walk.
Yeah,
and you learn about nature.
That's right.
And you learn about what's going on all around you, because you said this is our home. Earth is our home.
That's it.
We got to keep it. We got to maintain it. And when you go in the woods, you need to leave it as good or better than you found it. So there's just a wealth of knowledge to know and understand out there, and a way to get families together, to participate together, and to love each other.
And our Heavenly Father said, and He made us overseers over this world. He said, you will take care of it.
Yes, He did.
And how can you take care of something if you don't know anything about it?
Exactly.
So let's help. Even you and I mean, we have not quite as much knowledge as some, maybe more than others, but it just takes people together to make it happen, and that's what we want to do. And if you're interested, if you truly are interested in seeing something like this and coming on board with something like this, please email us at Southern Woods and Waters. It's Hugh at southernwoodsandwaters.com, We want to know if there's a lot of interest out there. I know a lot of people email me all the time about, Hugh, we want to get into archery because of that movie Hunger Games. That started a big revolution on archery all of a sudden. All the kids want to do archery. This is a great thing. This is a great moment to start something like this. But let me tell you something. Kids, it's not just for kids. Archery is all-inclusive, every age. I mean, all ages are included.
I grew up wanting to be Robin Hood.
That's what I'm saying. Anybody can do this. Anybody can do this. Yeah. Email us at hugh@southernwoodsandwaters.com if you're interested or you want to get involved. We'd love to hear from you. All right, we got to do our giveaway next, and we have a Strike King. Speaking of getting you out in the water, Strike King lures. We have about $25 worth of Strike King different soft plastics for you to get started right now. So be the fifth caller here, 737-7767. Fifth caller wins. We'll be right back with the final wrap-up with more Southern Woods and Water.
This calendar of the week is being brought to you by Drycon Carpet Cleaning. Give us a call or visit us online at drycon.com.
All right, let's start it off with Hendricks Creek. They're one of our proud sponsors. Their Hendricks Creek Resort is offering for the whole entire month of December now 20% off. 20% off of a $500 gift certificate means $400, or 20% off a $250 gift certificate, which you'd actually pay $200. And these are good towards a vacation package at Hendricks Creek Resort during the whole year of 2013. So let me tell you something. You got to go to Dale Hollow Lake, get you one of those houseboats, take you and your family, and get away for a while. Go to an island. Get away from all that stuff. Here's a great vacation package for you at 20% off. You can visit them at www.hendrickscreekresort.com or simply go to southernwoodsandwaters.com. They got a website there. Next thing is meet Corey and Willie Robertson of the Duck Dynasty. They're going to be at Bass Pro Shops this Sunday, December the 2nd, from noon to 2. 400 of you are going to get autographs. Only 400. But, hey, anybody that goes in there is going to get to see them. So we got people flying in from Sevierville and all around coming in to see the Duck Dynasty. And just wanted to mention that. Those are the top two things. Of course, duck season opens this weekend statewide again. So get ready for that. And then other things going on. Oh, Taylor, our camera guy, this is his last night. He's going to CMT. I can't believe you'd leave us for CMT. I mean, I wouldn't. I don't care what Taylor Swift looks like. But I can't. But thank you so much, Taylor, for all that you've done for us. We appreciate Taylor. He's been great for us here, but he's through with his residency. Hope, talk to us right quick. We got a minute and a half.
I would love to see this in your hands for Christmas. It's my book. It's been out for several months now, called In Hindsight. You can go to Amazon.com. You can order it. They'll ship it to you. You can go to any Kroger store in Middle Tennessee. You can go to Barnes & Noble. And by the middle of next week, this book will be in all of Lifeway's stores here in Middle Tennessee. So it's about my 40 years in television sportscasting from here to the West Coast. A lot of people that you will know, and a lot of behind-the-scenes gossip and rumors and innuendos that you've never heard of before.
And I promise you, you can use some of this for your benefit.
Absolutely. Yes, no kidding about it. So it's available now, and make a great Christmas gift.
Thank you for being a friend for all these years, and we're looking forward to doing the Christmas show with you, of course. And then also, Chris, thank you, buddy. You're located out on 109, Highway 109, right there in Highway 70. Great place. Chris has got some of the best people in the world working with him out there. Go by, check them out. Everybody in there will help you at any time. If you got any electrical problem on your automobile or truck, whatever, they'll take care of it. Hey, remember, wear those personal flotation devices if you're out there on the water. We'll see you next week with more of Southern Woods and Waters. See you then.